Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Play Pikmin. Pikmin 1 to be specific, for the GameCube, not the Wii version. I don't have that. Even if I did have that, I probably would prefer to play the original anyway. But hey, this is Pikmin. I've always loved this game. I've always wanted to do a Let's Play of it. I never really found the time for it, never really found the drive for it, but yesterday I was like, you know what? I need some strategy in my life. So let's start good old Pikmin on a new file somewhere. I don't know if I have any files left on this. Oh, I have a file of 17 days, huh? So, hey, I guess that's a good indication of how long this Let's Play could potentially take. 17 days? I guess. 17 episodes. Let's do a new one. Hey, we crashed. That's not good. Oh look, it's us. It's a man with a big nose and a big head and ears that poke out of his suit. Oh no, the ship is completely trashed. Nothing of it is almost left. It literally is just a fucking trash bag. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out and I awoke on the surface of a weird planet with so many parts lost. The skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support system can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then... No, better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. So hey, how about we go do that? How about we fucking... Can I zoom out? Can I zoom out, please? No, I cannot zoom out yet. Holy shit, this game, I forgot how zoomed in it is. Anyway, hey, you don't have to worry about me staying quiet for a lot of this game, because I won't be quiet for a lot of the game, because there aren't really that many cutscenes to begin with. I wouldn't even count this as a cutscene. There are literally, like, two real cutscenes, I would guess. A strange thing has appeared before me. I had barely begun my search when it reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I shall call this an onion too. It was talking about the ship, not specifically the seed. I mean, the seed doesn't really look like that much of an onion now. It looks more like a carrot. Oh, a red carrot. You know, kind of close to the usual color. The seed that the onion dropped took root in the soil and has now produced an adorable little sprout. The sprout emits a strange light and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling to me. I am compelled. I must approach it and press A. I like how it shows you the GameCube controller. I am actually playing this in like an original GameCube controller, not even like a Wavebird. Why am I not playing this in a Wavebird? I don't know. Battery consumption, I guess. Extraordinary! When I plucked the sprout, it turned into a living creature. Not a plant. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. kind of fucked up how your first thought is to throw a tiny little creature around. The following controls appear to allow me several viewpoints. Rotate the camera, zoom in and out, change angle. I must survive. I need to familiarize myself with these controls and my surroundings. Yes, and let me go ahead and do that, because I really, this is so much better. Alright, so hey, B is to call your Pikmin to you, A is to throw the Pikmin. It's been a while since I played this game, so please take in consideration the fact that I might suck for a little bit. I want to talk about the dolphin there, actually, by the way. The dolphin is actually named after the prototype name of the GameCube, which was Dolphin, which is also what they named the GameCube and Wii emulator after. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be a sort of incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. Yes, and how about we do that by waiting on these Pikmin Sprouts to, well, sprout, you know. That's one thing I immediately want to say about the GameCube version being a little bit inferior over the Wii version, which is I'm fairly certain that the Wii version has this, which is basically once the Pikmin Sprout comes in, it just works right away. Also, the C stick, it sprouts up right away. Also, the C stick will allow you to control your Pikmin like that. It's pretty cute. I like it a lot. So hey, now all that's left for us is just to, just look around the place, see if we can find anything that can repair our ship, which right now seems to be in a little bit of a impossible predicament. I mean, does that look like a ship? Does that look like a ship that you could like repair? It doesn't to me. To me, it looks like that's just a failed, a doomed project to begin with. But hey. What do I know? I'm not a scientist or a ship man. I will say this though, in comparison to Pikmin 2 and 3, I will be comparing this game a lot to 2 and 3, which might be unfair to some people, but I see it as something fair to do. It's I do find this to be my least favorite game in the entire series. Not to say that it's a bad game. I still enjoy this game a lot, actually. But it's like there's a lot of things that Pikmin 2 improved on. There's a lot of things that Pikmin 1 did pretty well, and then Pikmin 2 kind of forgot about it. But hey, I still like. It's like you can't really fully compare the two games because they are completely, almost completely different experiences. Because it's basically like both games work in very different ways, and the entire story around what you're doing in the games is completely different as well. So that's something you have to keep in mind as well when you're playing this game and comparing it to 2 or 3. They're all really different games. So this game works on a day basis. As Olimar has already said, his life support system will only keep him up for 30 days. This thing, this life support thing, does change between Pikmin 1 and 2. In Pikmin 2 you can just play for an unlimited amount of days, I believe. I don't think there's any limit to the amount of days that you can play in Pikmin 2. I generally don't play longer than I think 50 days in Pikmin 2, but that's just because Pikmin 2 is just a way longer game than Pikmin 1 is, and you'll see that eventually once I get to Pikmin 2. But hey, right now we're playing Pikmin 1. Very casual, very calm game. Very beautiful game too, to be honest. This is like one of the first GameCube games, I believe. I don't know if it was a launch title. I forget if it was. If it was, then hey, you'll see a little bit of a notification there on if it is the launch title of the GameCube or not, or at least close to launch. I think this was at least close to launch, and it looks beautiful. It really is just a really pretty game. Yeah, people will say, oh, but the textures are shit quality. Well, not really. They look pretty good compared to Xenoblade Chronicles. This looks about the same quality in my opinion. But then again, that might be a little bit of an unfair comparison, considering Xenoblade Chronicles is an RPG and it's the fucking gigantic game, so you wouldn't really be able to put a huge amount of things in an RPG anyway. But anyway, That's a cardboard box that we could push around with Pikmin. That's why we had to collect a couple of Pikmin before we could even do anything further in this area. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that will be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to pick Sprouts. Press A to grab Pikmin. Release to throw. Press B to call them. X to dismiss. Use C to command. And control the group. L, R, and Z. Control perspective. I shall record all of this in my computer. I can press Y to access the computer. Set computer is accessed like this. You can press the L, R button to go over to the controls, where you can look at the controls. Eventually, you'll be able to look at the map. We're not really able to look at the map right now. When Pikmins get dismissed, they basically they become pink. It's kind of cute. I kind of like it. But yeah, let's go ahead and collect some more Pikmin. Why not? Ooh, there's a big boulder-like wall that we can't really do anything with for a long time. And there's something in that shell over there. Can we even do anything with that? No, not for a good while, not for a couple of days. But yeah, this game, like I said, no, you can't fucking fight that, you dumb idiot. Yeah, like I said, this game works on a day basis. There's 30 days. Every day, I believe, is like 15 minutes, I think, except for the first one, because the first one is like a tutorial day. So it really is just like, hey, go ahead and figure out whatever the fuck you can do on day one. Which isn't that much. I mean, it's just you saw the ship part over there already. We haven't really examined it yet, but you saw it. And you can basically grab that to end off the day, because once that's at the ship, the day will be ended. I'm gonna wait for a second until all these sprouts get hatched. Alright, well there we go. Now we can pick all of these Pikmin. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I found it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I'll try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flush with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Well, I mean, it doesn't really distinguish you between Pikmin, it just distinguishes you between what Pikmin you have in your squad and you don't, Olimar. It's not really something that you can use to your advantage really that much. To be fair, it's kind of a disadvantage, because once a Pikmin is discolored and you end off a day, well, let's just say it's not gonna end well for the Pikmin. Ooh, this looks like some sort of engine of some sort. Amazing! There's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By a stroke of pure luck, I've already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Well, obviously we're gonna group Pikmin around it so that they can carry it. And we're gonna use all 25 of our Pikmin. Look at that. It's a slow process, but eventually they'll get it back to the ship. This really is just a nice little tiny tutorial area for what you can do in the game and what the game's all about. Eventually you'll really start to get into the days where you'll have to, well, just strategize, like what are we gonna do today? What parts of the ship are we gonna grab? It's also, like he said, it is indeed a stroke of luck that he was able to find the most important piece of his ship just immediately. Kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, you can't really have a game with a non-functional ship that you actually have to use to go around the areas. Which, I mean, to be fair, the areas aren't that huge in Pikmin 1. The areas in Pikmin 1 are fairly small. Especially the first area is like very tiny. Speaking of very tiny, Olimar is only a couple centimeters, and the Pikmin are only like 1 centimeter smaller than Olimar. It's funny because this is just like they're really tiny creatures, and that's kind of cool to me. Olimar's pretty good at jumping. She does a little twirl in the air. I wouldn't be able to do that. How glorious! With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back toward home. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly, but what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. Of course it does, and apparently Olimar has magical powers because he can just turn day into night. And that's not even a thing that only happens once, because you can literally go into your menu, you can choose to end the day and go to sunset. So Olimar really has just magical powers that he can use to, you know, make it night. Which, hey, pretty cool powers. I would like to have those, you know. The sun is glaring a little bit too much in your eye and you're just like, hey, fuck you, sun. Get out of here. And then you just turn the sun off and hey, you're there, you're happy. Your eyes are calm now. Get that migraine taken care of, you know? Don't have that anymore now, because the sun's gone. I mean, you still have it, but you don't have as much pain from it as you did before. One day since impact, I have somehow managed to launch a dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin is missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family in planet Hockatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. Hey, that's a good one, because we're also gonna explore it. Not really tomorrow, we're gonna explore it some other day whenever the fuck I have another video of this, because like I said in the bonus episode, Friction Clink 2, this is just gonna be a non-regularly updated video. It's just gonna happen every other day, you know? It's just gonna happen whenever the hell I have a video of this. You can also see the amount of parts that are left in the area. We already saw one inside of the clam, so we know what the final part in that area is. You can also see the second area has a shit ton more parts. It has 8 to be specific. The ship's log, you can basically just look back at what Olimar had to say about the days. It's pretty cool, but it's nothing like extremely special. But hey, we got 25 Pikmin, we started up the game, we got our first tutorial little area done, so I think this is a good part to end the episode on. So next time on Let's Play Pikmin 1, we're gonna go on to day 2 into the Forest of Hope. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.